welcome to a special episode of Built from the Inside Out. Today, we'll be talking about all things BCN Supplements, how I started the company. And I had promised you guys I was going to do this last year, and I had actually recorded it, but I didn't like the way it came out. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Brianda Carrasco for those of you who are new. And today's video is about how I started my supplement company. So I didn't post it, so now this is the redo. And I think it's gonna be better because I have with me my boyfriend Juan, and I just thought it was appropriate to have him with me because he has been such a huge part of BCN behind the scenes. You guys don't see a lot of what goes into it, so I wanted to have him here and have him tell the story alongside with him. So thanks for being here today, babe.
Thanks for having me on this side of the camera. I'm normally behind it, so it's different being here.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can start by telling them how it started. I also had you guys in one of my stories. I asked y'all to ask me any questions, anything you guys would like to know. So a lot of the questions kind of goes into the backstory and how it started. So I don't know if I should go off the questions or just kind of sum it up real quick and then go into the questions.
Yeah, so just if there's a question asking about how it started or some of the beginning steps or anything like that, starting the business, then I think that's where we should start.
So start with the story or give my little summary real quick and
Yeah,
then
give your summary because it'll answer some of the questions and we'll touch up for
okay.
more in detail.
Yeah, okay. That's how we're going to do it. Okay, so it actually started, I guess you can say, back when I used to compete. So for those of you who don't know, I was Miss Houston Latina 2017, and I also did fitness competitions. So back then I was in, the best shape of my life. I was on stage, I was competing, I was doing photo shoots, and I had girls who would ask me if I had a protein that I could sell them because I was with two different supplement brands, but obviously neither one of them were mine. So they would ask me, they're like, you should come out with your own protein. And I'm like, "Well, that sounds really cool, but I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't know anything about business. I don't know how I would even start, who I would reach out to." So it was just kind of always in the back of my head. I also had the idea of doing like a fitness clothing line. But I was always busy. I was working. So I never actually did anything. It was just kind of like one day. Well, I got a job working at a construction company. This was in 2019, and whenever they hired me, they told me we're gonna lay you off in November. That's when the project is supposed to end. So I said, okay, well, thanks for telling me. Now I know I'm gonna save my money, and come November, I'll see where I'm at and what I want to do. So between that time, I met Juan and we started dating. And then when November came and I got laid off, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I said, I'm going to take off a few months and kind of figure things out, see, because I wanted to do something that I actually enjoyed. I used to do safety and I kind of just fell into that, but it wasn't something that I felt passionate about or it wasn't something that I loved doing. It was just a secure job. So that's why I did it. And now that the project had ended, I told myself, well, sit down, think about what do you really like to do and what can you do? Something not as a hobby. Obviously, you want to make it profitable. You want to make a living out of it. And while I was doing that, I was just taking some time to think about it. That's when COVID hit. So I said, okay, well, I'm definitely not going to be finding a job anytime soon because people weren't hiring at the time. And I sat down, I was like, okay, I have time. I can't go anywhere. So I can't make that excuse of not having time. I have to just sit here and be at home. And I have the money saved up. So it's like everything just lined up. And I told Juan, I was like, I want to do something. I want to start a business. And I told him, I was like, I think I want to start my supplement line, but I don't know where to start. And he used to work years ago, right?
Yeah, at a nutrition store.
At a nutrition store. And he still kept in touch with the owner.
Yeah.
So he told me I can talk to him and connect you with the lab so you can start the process. And that's what he did. He connected me with a person. I remember being so excited. I was like, "Oh, it's finally gonna happen." I didn't know where to start before, and now I know. So I didn't know what I was thinking. I was like, "What supplement do I want to start with?" And I was thinking to what I used to do, beauty pageants and fitness. So I was like, collagen is perfect because it combines both worlds. It's a beauty supplement, you can say, but it's also good for your joints. So that's where the fitness side of it comes in. So I said, what better way but to join my two worlds and start off with collagen? And it's something that I honestly take every day. It's not something that, it's not like a fat burner where I'm like, oh, take this and it'll make you skinny. And I don't take it myself. So this is something that I actually believe in, something that I actually take myself. And so I started off with collagen, and it has been a journey. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a journey for you. Um, it's been cool to see how you said, that I seen you had a want to start a business somewhere or something
Hmm.
because you were just kind of trying to figure out what it was you wanted to start, and I could see that. So it was cool once like how everything kind of fell in place for you, and we were able to take the steps and get you with the person that we were able to get you with in contact for the supplement to actually start. So it was a cool process to see all that.
Yeah, and I guess that leads into my why I did this. And I have two reasons. I have a personal reason, and then I have a like as a business reason. The personal reason is, why did I want my own company, instead of just going and working for somebody else. Well, for me, I'm the kind of person that's always thinking about the future. So I'm thinking eventually I'm going to want kids, but especially how the world is right now, I don't want to be leaving my kid with anyone, or I don't want anyone else raising my kid. I want to be able to be a stay-at-home mom and do that myself. But I've never been dependent on anyone for money either, so it was kind of a struggle for me. So I was, thinking, what can I do where I can still make my own money, but still be able to take care of my kids and make my family a priority. And that's when I was like, well, having your own business, you make your own hours. And obviously, I do plan on being married before I have kids. And, my future husband, would provide for us. But I feel like, I don't know if it's just me or it's every woman out there, you kind of want to have that sense of a little bit of independence, I guess. Or, not even that, just the fact that anything could happen, God willing, that never happens. What if, your significant other dies, or he has an accident and he can't work, or you have COVID? You just never know. So I believe in having multiple sources of income. So to me, having a business it just made sense. I was like, if I want to be a stay-at-home mom, and if I also want to have some source of income, then I need to start my own business. And the reason I went with supplements is because being in the fitness industry, you see a lot of, it's not just the trainers, but influencers and just people pushing products that aren't good for you, not good for your health. And you hear a lot of girls after they compete saying how their system was damaged, or now they have gut health problems. And it's just, it's, you look at a person who's fit, and some people automatically assume, oh, that person's healthy. And a lot of the times they're not. They're some of the time Sometimes there are some of the most unhealthy people. So I wanted to come out with something that would help you reach those goals, but that something that was good for your health. So the collagen, it has four ingredients. You can read them, you can pronounce them, you can look them up, you know what they are. With my vitamins, that came after COVID hit, and a lot of people were asking me for a pre-workout because, again, people like to, well, how would you word it?
I think it's when you hear supplements, the first thing is it's very well known to have a protein or a EAA or a fat burner, pre-workout. Those are
Mhm.
like the things that are very common to people because they can take something and feel it right away. You
Right.
take a pre-workout and you start sweating, you get tinglies right away. You're like, oh, it works, it works. Like, I want more.
Yeah. So, people were asking for a pre-workout, and I was like, look, it's not I want to make my company more about health, not fitness so much, Fitness is a part of it, but my focus was health. So I said, I'll come out with it eventually. But right now, with everything that's going on, what we need to work on our immune system. So that's why I chose to come out with an immune booster and just really push health because not a lot of people are pushing health right now. And it just blows my mind how people are so worried about getting a disease or a virus or getting sick, and yet they're not eating healthy or they're not exercising. And I'm like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, for me, it's like if I'm worried about getting sick, I'm gonna make sure I have a strong immune system. So I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna take my vitamins. I'm gonna try to get outdoors. And even now, if I feel like I've had like a busy week and I'm starting to feel stressed, I'll just take one day where I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna just decompress. And to me, it's so important to push health more than here's a quick fix for you. And that's where the motto comes, built from the inside out. And actually, Juan's the one who came up with that motto.
Yeah, it was came with me some ideas of every company has a motto and you wanted yours to be, stand exactly what for you stand for. Like you were talking about preaching health and everything.
Hmm.
I like I said, I worked at a nutrition store and my job was to make sales. It wasn't, "Hey, you need this because it's gonna make you healthier." It was, "Hey, you need this because I need to sell," and you're helping people in a sense, like, I wasn't misdirecting them or anything like that, but people come in, they know what they want, they come in what they're looking for, and you had this idea, like you said, yours is all about health. I I know a lot of people, like, with fitness and all that, but I don't think I know somebody who puts health before your fitness so much as you do, so this company is really, like, embodying what you do. So it's pretty cool to see.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So, and when he told me that, I remember we were talking about it and he mentioned it. And I was like, oh, that's perfect because that's what we're pushing. Working on your inside so you can look good on your outside. And we ran with it. And then the podcast, uh, that's a different topic, but I decided to use the name Built from the Inside Out and tie it to it because I was like, okay, well, health isn't just physical, it's also mental, emotional, spiritual. And what better way to talk about those things than through a podcast? Because social media, regular social media, Facebook, Instagram, people's attention span is so short. You're like 15, you have 15 seconds to get your point across. So I was like, 15 seconds is not enough time. And so that's how that's, I want to say that's kind of how the podcast was born. I guess we can go into the questions. And now that there's a little backstory to
Yeah.
how it all started. So the first one is, what advice would you give someone that wants to start a business but is scared? So for that, I would say just do it. Obviously, do your research, um, and it has to be something that you truly believe in, because you're gonna spend so much time working on it. You hear people, "Oh, you should start your business so you don't work a 9 to 5," but really, you end up working a lot more hours than you do for a regular job. And it's not until, years and years that you're able to see the fruit of your work, and then you're able to work less or whatever. But at the very beginning, at least for the first few years, you're going to be working a whole lot more. And so make sure, and this is what Juan had mentioned also, make sure that it's something that you truly believe in and you really, really love. And like I said, do your research, see what other people are doing. If you want to sell whatever X product, see what the your competitor is doing, see how much they're selling it for, see what they're putting in it. What's gonna make you stand out from them? And what else would you advise them?
Just to get ready, like, it's gonna change your life, like, a lot of our conversations now are business related. We're in a
Yeah.
relationship and, we have our normal talks and stuff like that, but we'll be in the car and we're like, "Hey, we need to do this for the business," or, "We got this coming. Hey, we should do this." It takes over, it becomes your life. It really does,
It
and
really does.
I'll say if you have a partner, make sure y'all's partner understands that there's gonna be sacrifices with everything. Like we give up time to do stuff, or something as simple as I had to go do the total nutrition
Mhm.
setup like that. I went with my brother. I was fortunate my brother could go with me, but she wasn't able to make it, and it was my day off. Really, I wanted to go home and relax, but I was like, heck yeah, like I'll go stand out there and advertise our products. They'll be at the booth. So I say if you have a partner, make sure that they're behind you 100%. and also know that it's gonna take over a huge, huge portion of your life, and if that partner, if they're listening with y'all right now, just know that, hey, you're gonna have to be supportive and you're gonna have to understand that you gotta, the time, space, and the conversations are gonna shift to where it's business oriented a little bit more.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find that question because now that you're talking about that, somebody asked me about having a supportive partner, and I don't see it right now, but I'm not gonna come across it later. But it was something along the lines of, how important it is to have someone supportive and how involved is Juan in BCN. So he's heavily involved.
Yeah. I, no, from built from the inside out. Nobody knew that was me. That was me.
Yeah. Sometimes he's like, you don't give me credit.
I know there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that, and it's not. I don't do it for credit. I just mess with you, but
Mhm,
I do it because I want to support, and I think that's important. Like I was saying, if you do have a partner and it's either have them involved in the business or separate that completely,
mhm.
because and it's gonna be hard to separate it completely. So
Yeah.
understand that, like I said, it's gonna change your life. A lot of
Mhm,
conversations of ours are about business, but that supportive partner needs to understand that it's something that is gonna it's not a quick return, like you were
mhm.
saying.
Yeah.
It's gonna take time, effort, and a lot of different things are gonna go on that you're gonna have to pivot and you're gonna, you gotta put input in if you're gonna be part of the company. If not, then stay out of the way and let that company grow. Just be there. Let them know that, hey, I know we can't go out this tonight. You're gonna be working on the company or something, but that should be fine. Like you're supporting somebody build their dream. Like why would you not support that?
Mm. Yeah, and it has played a key role, and like you said, you can either involve them or you can just completely keep it separate, and I'm extremely thankful that he has been there helping me all this time because I don't know if I could have been able to do it on my own. The amount of help that I get from him, and it's all behind the scenes. You guys don't see it. I don't post about it just because I do like to keep my I guess that's kind of where I do draw the line of relationship versus business. My Instagram, my social media is very it's to me it's a business tool, and I know a lot of people use it for personal reasons. They post their private life on there, and I personally like to keep my private personal life a little bit more separate, just because to me it's like I'm protecting it. And for me, a relationship should be between two people, and I try to keep it that way, just between him and I. And obviously, I don't hide that I have a boyfriend. Everybody knows I have one, but they just don't really know our business. And I think that's for, different things work for different people. But for me
Absolutely.
personally, it's to me that's I find that to be the healthiest way. That way, you don't have other people's input who don't actually know anything about your relationship. So I see a lot of people, they post something with their significant other, and then they have all these people commenting and their opinions, and they don't even know, they're not part of the relationship.
Yeah.
They only see what you post. So to me, for our mental health, honestly, and that's mainly why I just keep him behind the scenes. And to me, it's like a form of protecting our relationship. I don't know if it makes sense, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah. I think overall we're both more private people. Even though
Mm.
your Instagram and everything, like you said, it's a tool, but we're both more private people, more I don't want to say conservative because the way conservatives being.
But we are. I
Yeah.
mean, it, let's call it what it is. We are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely support system is huge. Like I said, I don't know if I would have been able to do as much as I've done if it wasn't for him. And he's very, very involved. He'll take pictures for me, he'll take videos for me, he'll drive me places, he'll stop what he's doing on his day off to go help me. So I'm extremely, extremely blessed to have him in my life. Boy, what is it? Boyfriend award goes
Uh,
to Juanaba. For sure. Oh, thank you, baby. So the next question is, how long did it take you to launch your business? So this one's, I guess, like I said, the idea had been there for a while and I just didn't know how to execute it. But once he got me in touch with the lab, I said, okay, I need to figure out a name. I need to register the brand. So I think I want to say I registered it in March of 2020.
Mhm.
And then I worked on the formula for the collagen. I got with the lab, went back and forth, got with the designer of the label, and just for everything to come together. And since it was COVID, it did take them longer. So it didn't come out until, do you remember when it came out?
No, but it wasn't anything more than a couple of months.
It was like August,
Yeah,
right?
somewhere around there, maybe a little bit before, but
Yeah, it was a few months. I actually should know this, but I'll look into it. I'll make a post about it.
yeah, we got a picture somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, but it took a few months before it actually came out, and it was kinda not sad, but I guess a little bit. I couldn't do, like, a launch party or anything like that because it was COVID, so we weren't allowed to. But for the pre-workout, which is coming out in a few weeks, we do wanna do a launch party, so y'all stay tuned for that.
Yeah, would be good.
Yeah, we'll try to make it as fun as possible. The next question is, how many months or years did you have to prepare before your business? So this goes back again to the idea was always there. So you can say everything just lined up for me because I had been competing. I had been in the industry and I had been working with trainers and nutritionists. Well, with Aaron, the trainer and nutritionist, I learned a lot from him. And I just loved how he was about health because he said, I remember sometimes I would ask him, how long would it take me to get ready for this competition? And he's like, well, it depends. He was like, and he would always emphasize, I want you to make this a lifestyle. So he never wanted to push anything too crazy on me. So I think that's also where it stems from. I'm very about health because I would see the difference between the way I was trained to someone versus someone who their coach was like, we're going to go super intense and then their system ends up messing up. So I guess I had everything just kind of lined up for me. And ever since I started competing, I can say that's when it started.
Yeah, you were working towards it and didn't even realize it.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, next question. What was your biggest obstacle to overcome when you decided to start your business? I would say the biggest obstacle was the labs because it was COVID, so I couldn't go in person. I couldn't do a tour. I kind of just had to take their word for it. Obviously, I made sure that they were FDA inspected and that they met certain requirements. And I worked with them on the first batch of the collagen and it was okay, but I feel like the customer service wasn't the greatest.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was because they were busy with things or behind with COVID. I'm not sure what exactly it was, but I wasn't too happy with the customer service. So I asked a person somebody else, if they could recommend a different lab. They recommended a different lab, and that's how we came out with immunity. Also couldn't go see in person, but I did make sure they met certain requirements, came out with immunity, everything was great, customer service was good. And then I ran out of collagen and I asked them, can you make me the collagen as well? They said yes. Few months goes by, I'm still waiting, and they come back and they tell me, you know what, we won't be able to get the ingredients because of everything that's going on. So then here I am, a month later, still no collagen, and I'm like, you could have told me from the beginning. But my cousin actually went online, he looked up a lab and he sent it to me. He was like, well, call them, see what they say. So I reached out to them and it was completely different from the other two labs. Uh, Super quick response. They were like, yeah, you can come in. Uh, when do you want to come in? Take a tour of the lab. And I was like, "What about tomorrow?" And they were like, "Yeah, come on." So I called them. I was like, "Hey, we got to go to Georgia tomorrow."
Yeah, luckily we were flexible at work. I remember I was at work and I just got a message saying, "Hey, we're going to Georgia tomorrow." I was like, "We're doing what?" Like, I'm at work. What do you mean? And then, like I said, we're luckily it was flexible at work to where we took off and went to Georgia the following day, and they
Mhm.
were awesome. Like they had great customer service. They let us
Mhm.
tour everything. They were they're very open about their business. Nothing was being done behind doors. We got to see everything. We got
Mhm.
to walk around, meet everybody, introduce us to everybody. They treat you like somebody who mattered, which was very important to us.
Right. Yeah. And to this day, I haven't had any problems with them. Yes, things are slow because of COVID and just everything is just taking longer, but they they'll message me, "Hey, we just got your labels. It's gonna be so much time." Excuse me. And very responsive. And yeah, like you said, we clicked right away with them and it's been great. But I guess that has been the biggest struggle, and if I can give any advice related to that is don't give up. Don't if you know you're going to come across obstacles during what throughout your business, so just don't give up on the first time like, "Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not meant to be." No, keep looking, keep searching and overcome those obstacles cuz you will have some obstacles.
Yeah, I think, Rob Bailey, I
Mhm.
listen to Rob Bailey a lot, but he hits a very good point on that, like how you're saying, it's
Mhm.
when you hit an obstacle, very important for business people that I've seen you do a lot of times is you gotta know how to pivot. You
Mhm.
hit a wall and you pivot, turn another way, find another solution, and that's what you did, and you found that other lab, and now it's been good.
Yeah. I like that. Next question. What's been the most unexpected good surprise to come from starting a business? I'll say mine, then you say yours, I guess. So, whenever I started it, I feel like sometimes when you start something that's risky, you don't know what the outcome is going to be. You're a little unsure of how people are going to receive it or how it's going to do. And I've had a lot of support from a lot of people. And just whenever people message me and they're like, "Hey, my hair is growing. Hey, my nails are growing like crazy." Or, "Hey, I had just had surgery and I've been taking your collagen, so my scars have been healing really good." And it's just very rewarding to hear people tell you that that supplement that you created is helping them in their daily lives. So to me that I guess it sometimes comes as it shouldn't come as as a surprise because those are the benefits of the supplement, but I guess when it's yours, you're like it's like a surprising, rewarding feeling.
Yeah, I think mine, I don't get those messages because 'cause I'm on the back end, but mine is, like, when you get those messages or when stuff's coming into, like, fruition for us, like, it's it's very awesome to see how first, to see all the work you're putting in, and then once it's coming to fruition, like I said, to see all that come in and just the excitement and the happiness it brings you is awesome to see. To see somebody who's going after their dreams and chasing it, like, I didn't know how big it was gonna get, how where it's gonna go or anything when I started, but she said she was ready and she was dedicated, so I was like, "Let's go for it." And now I see you doing things and you're changing people's lives. Like, a lot of people don't know what collagen does for you and everything, so that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and we'll go into that in a little bit. We should talk about the benefits of each. But we'll keep answering the questions for now. So the next one is what is one thing you would go back and do differently if you could? Well, I guess like how I talked about the lab, if I could go back and find that lab from the first time, I would. But it's a learning experience. It's part of life. It's part of being a business owner. What about you? Is there one thing?
Um, like, with the business or in life or
No, with the business.
Oh, no, I mean, I think I've done pretty good, you used my motto, you used some of my ideas, so I think I've been pretty good.
No regrets.
N
Okay, next question. What made you decide to launch collagen as your first product? Oh, I answered that one in the when I was telling the story.
Yeah.
So it is I guess you could consider it a beauty supplement as well as a fitness supplement. And it's a beauty supplement because of the benefits that it so I guess we can go a little bit into what collagen is. So collagen is the most abundant protein that we have in our bodies and is you can think of it as the glue that holds everything together. And after the age of 25, we start producing less collagen. And then some women after menopause, they produce even less collagen. So that's why it's important to supplement. And it helps with skin, hair, nails, and joints, and also gut health. And it's such a, I don't want to say that I'm necessarily like a vain person, but obviously I care about my looks. So collagen was something that was very consistent in my life. So I said, if I'm going to start a business, a supplement line, need to come out with things that I personally use. things that I personally take myself. And collagen was the main supplement that I would take, the one that I had to take with me every morning. So that's why I chose collagen as the first one. And then immunity because of COVID. Um, Not saying that it prevents you from getting COVID. Let me make some disclaimers here. It's just an immune booster. It's vitamins. It has vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, echinacea, elderberry, black pepper, and garlic bulb. And I'm all about natural remedy type of, not to talk bad about doctors or anything, but I would rather go the natural route before I want to go the medicine route. And garlic was always uh, something that we had at home. Anytime we would get sick, we would do a shot of garlic with lemon.
So gross. It's so gross.
It's not that bad.
It's bad.
I like it. I actually like it. I mean, it's not like the oh my god, it's so good, but
It's like hold your nose and do it in front of a sink because you might be spitting it all out. Have a second one ready because you probably are gonna spit it out.
no, it's not that bad. But but anyway, so the immunity doesn't have that garlicky. When you open it, you can kind of smell the
Yeah.
garlic, but it's not bad like taking a garlic and lemon shot. So it's just a way to boost your immune system. Obviously, you still have to eat healthy. You have to exercise. You have to drink your water. You have to get your sun, your vitamin D. Don't be stressing out and take your vitamins.
Yeah, to remember it's a supplement. There's no magic pill. Everything
Mhm.
is a supplement. That's what one thing is. I guess this is my disclaimer.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, I want to go do this. I want to do that. I'm taking creatine, so I'm building." No, everything is a supplement. No matter what you're taking, it is a supplement to your lifestyle. So if you're
Mhm.
not living a healthy life, there's no magic pill that's just gonna make you healthy. Even steroids, which we won't get into that, but if you're taking steroids and you're eating cheeseburgers from McDonald's every day, you're not gonna look like Ronnie Coleman. Like, it's there's no magic pill. It's a supplement, so it's gonna supplement your lifestyle.
Mhm. Yeah,
So,
because let's say you're not getting enough minerals and vitamins from your diet, then you supplement. But you can't be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go eat a donut and a cheeseburger, and then I'm gonna take my vitamins."
yeah,
No, it doesn't work that way.
it'd be nice, but it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm all about health.
What
Let's not get into
yeah,
that.
you're gonna go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I just hate the way I feel after I eat bad or unhealthy. I guess some people are like, "There's no good or bad," but if you eat unhealthy,
Yeah,
you will feel the difference versus when you do eat
absolutely.
healthy. Yeah. All right. So next question: what were the steps you took in starting your own business? So I guess first was determining what I wanted to do, and then once I knew, coming up with a name. What did I want to name my company? And I think that's also a question on here. I'm not sure, but we'll get to it. So I didn't know what to name it. I wanted to do initials just because a lot of known brands have initials. So I just went with my initials. So BCN stands for Brianda Carrasco Nieto. And I liked it because I was like, I can even play with it. It can be Brianda Carrasco Nutrition. It can be Balanced Complete Nutrition. And, I can just play with it. So, but really it's my initials. So come up with a name first. Second, register the name. Register a domain. Get your website. Um, Open a business account with your bank. What else? Open up your social medias.
Clear your calendar.
Yeah, so that's what I did. So for my domain, for my website, I reached out to Ben, who has this uh company called Mesh Creative, and that's what he does. He develops websites for businesses, and he's the one who made mine. But yeah, if you guys are looking for someone, Ben is the one who helped me create my website. And then I think it's important also to develop a business plan. When I started, I didn't have one, and you guys met Ale on episode 4, Alejandra Mora. She helped me with mine. She helped me price the collagen. She kind of sat me down and was like, okay, how much do you want to be making in X amount of years? How many years do you expect to get a return of your investment? So all those business talks that I had never even thought about before, she's the one who sat me down and said, you need to think about this, you need to think about that. So it, uh, I don't know if you know someone, but if you don't, you can reach out to her. She's a great person. If you're just starting out and you have business related questions, she's a good person to go to. Okay, the next question is, how did you pick the colors of your brand? So for this, I was actually Googling stuff and, the brand, I wanted to make it very mine. So it has my name, it's my initials. And I was born in September. So I was Googling September flowers, September
Birthstones and all that thing?
birthstones. Yeah. And then I was looking up what the colors meant because obviously that's important. Well, at least it's important to me. And the purple, I think it was a September flower. That's where it came from. And then, September stands for royalty, and I did beauty pageants. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then the green stands for health. And I think that was a birthstone, I want to say, or one of the birthstones. I don't know, but I don't remember. But I was like purple and green. I like what they stood for, and that's how I chose it. Next question. Why did you decide to become a business owner? Mhm. So,
Yeah, answer
yeah.
that.
So I also talked about that. I want to be able to stay at home once the time comes and I have my kids. And I think a lot of women can relate to this. Obviously we all want to be, well, I don't want to say all, but a lot of women would do want to be independent. They want to make their money. But when they have kids, they also want to stay at home and take care of them and be the ones who raise them. So to me, that was my drive. That's my why. And sometimes when I'm working on something business related or I'm staying up late or I've been working like 12 hours for, the past 5 days or whatever. And I'm like, "Ugh, I just need a break." And then I remember my why. I'm like, "Okay, why am I even doing this?" And when I think about my why, I get motivated again. Okay, next question. When did you start your business? So I registered it in March, and so I did it through Legal Zoom, and they sent you a little video where it cuts the ribbon for you, and it's like a little confetti. And I wish I would have been able to do that in person, but I'm actually gonna do a ribbon cutting, uh, for the Chamber of Commerce in Pearland. So I guess I get that little moment, but officially March, and then didn't launch until July or August. I have
Mm.
to go back and check. Okay, so next question. What was your mission at the start of your business? So, my mission was to be able to bring people supplements that were good for their health and was going to help them reach their goals. So, as I'm coming out with the pre workout now, it's something that I had to really think about because I wanted my focus to be health. I wanted to do collagen, I wanted to do immune booster, I wanted to do golden milk and just all natural things. But then there was a high demand when it came to pre-workout. And I said, okay, I understand. I hear you guys. So I'm going to come out with one, but I wanted to make it as clean as possible. So I try to choose all natural ingredients and, of course it's made in a lab. So I just tried to make it as clean as I could. And I'm actually doing a black label for that one because I wanted to separate my health line and my fitness line. And some of them don't really have. Some of them fall into both, like EAAs and
Collagen.
protein, collagen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like pre-workout is more for the gym goer.
Yeah, it's more of fitness. I say fitness because most people do associate pre-workout with the gym. It's pre-workout before you work out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And collagen, you don't have to be someone who goes to the gym. Immunity, you don't have to go to the gym. Protein, you don't have to go to the
No.
gym. So I wanted to, so I'm still gonna see how I do it, but pre-workout's gonna have a black label,
Yeah, and
kind of separate it.
it's so how we were saying earlier, there's all these unhealthy things pushed on people.
Mhm.
Everybody already takes pre-workout. You're just giving them a healthy option that they didn't have before. So
All right.
you're still helping people with their health.
Yeah. Yeah, because there are, those days when you just need that extra push.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next question is it hard to set up photo shoots for advertisement? I wouldn't say it's really hard to set up the photo shoots. So I think I've done three. I've done three photo shoots for the business. The first one was product photography with Sandra. Her Instagram is handcrafted photos. She is very good. Oh, actually, I've done four now that I think about it. She is very good. If you're interested in product photography, I definitely recommend her. She moved to Germany, so she hasn't done my other product, but I think I'm gonna mail it to her and have her do it
Yeah.
because she was really good. So I did that one, and then and for that one, she used to live in Houston, so I just went to her house, dropped off the stuff, the fruits, the veggies, the collagen, what all the props, and she just took the pictures and then she Dropboxed them to me. And then the second photo shoot was with Daniel, Focused Media. He's very good. I'm actually gonna use him for my pre-workout video and the pre-workout shots. He specializes more on fitness uh, pictures and videos. And for that one, we just reached out to two of our friends who
Yeah.
we felt stood also for what we were wanting to portray, I guess.
Yeah,
Or
since it was, like, one of the opening photo shoots for it, it was yeah, the message you're trying to bring, the awareness to the company,
mhm.
um, what it represents, what that company
Right.
stands for.
Yeah. So I reached out to Daniel, and then it was Juan and I and our two friends, and then I did one with um, Camilo
Yeah, Juan.
with Juan. Yeah, he did my corporate video and a few pictures. And that one we just set up. We actually went downtown for that one at the Marriott, and yeah, we just met up with him. We got a hotel room, and that's if you've seen the video, that's where we're at. I know some people were commenting, "That's not your house." Well, it's not. And then I did another one with Ilse, which I had her in a previous episode with social media marketing. She did a lot of my pictures, and yeah, I met up with her because I just needed more content. So that's something that is very important. Once you have a business and you have a social media for that business, you have to have content and you have to be constantly uploading, which is something that we're still working on.
Yeah.
Like she mentioned in the episode, it's important to take one day out of the month and just shoot content for that month. That way you're not there the day of trying to figure out, oh, what am I going to post today? And you just have it all planned out already. And it does make your life easier. So it's something that I'm going to have to do this month. Take a day where I just, take videos of me making smoothies or just anything. Um, that's something that's beneficial for you guys to post on the page.
Yeah, I think that question was kind of a two-part answer because it
Mhm.
said they asked, "Is it hard to schedule or to"
Yeah, is it hard to set up photo shoots for advertisement?
it's not hard to set it up, it's time consuming.
Mhm.
You gotta work do your research on the photographer. Don't just go with anybody who has a camera because
Mhm.
photo shoot with a person and a product, it's different. I didn't know this. We learned it as we
Yeah.
went along.
Mhm.
So do a little bit of research on whoever you're gonna choose to pick.
Mhm.
Everybody has Instagram who does stuff like that. So their portfolio is there for you to see. Find somebody you like, whatever your business is. Make sure whatever you're doing is portraying what your mission statement or what your company is about, and just do it. It's not that it's hard to do, but it is time consuming, and
Yeah.
understand that the turnaround time is not the next day too. So plan it
Mhm.
out. Plan it out a little bit. I don't guess it's not really hard. It's just takes a little bit of planning, a little bit of money, and a little bit of research.
Mhm. And now that you say that, I remember we did do one, and we ended up not
I was
liking.
gonna leave that out.
Yeah, we're not gonna say who or anything. And they were so nice, great people, but that is not what we were looking for. So just whenever you do schedule one, like you said, do your research on them and make sure that they understand exactly what you want and that they're able to deliver what you have in mind.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I guess that's a good thing too. Just
mhm.
take some examples of what you want. That way because if you explain something, it could be interpreted anyway. So just take
Mhm.
some examples of what you want. Take some screenshots, Google some stuff, be on Instagram, Pinterest, wherever y'all gotta go.
Yeah. All right, next question. Did you face adversity when starting your business? I guess that goes back to the lab. I think that was the main one. I mean, we did have that incident with the photo shoot, but it wasn't
Yeah, it was
a big deal.
it was just a little pivoting move.
Yeah. I don't just how long it took to get the collagen back in stock. I think that was the biggest one. What is the most rewarding part of having your own brand? Well, like I said, uh, just hearing back the reviews, just hearing people talk about how it's helping them, and just telling you what a great product that you've come up with, and just knowing that you're able to help people in their everyday lives. That's the main thing. I had people tell me with the immunity. I haven't posted her review yet, but she had gotten COVID, and she messaged me. She's like, "Hey, I didn't have any symptoms. I would have never even known that I had it if, I hadn't been tested for it, if I hadn't like had to test and gotten back the results." She was like, "But zero symptoms. I feel great." She was like, "I don't know if it's the vitamins that I'm taking." She was like, "But I feel great." So it's just, I think that's the most rewarding when people give you that feedback.
Yeah.
How did you design the logo of BCN? So for the logo, I didn't want anything too crazy. I wanted something very simple, and we'll go back to Mesh Creative. Ben, the person who did my website, he also designed my logo. He sent me a few different examples, and the plainest one, that's the one I liked. I like simple.
Mhm.
It's just how I am.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Yeah. How has BCN grown and developed with having a supporting partner by your side? Oh, there's
Oh, that
that
was
question. Yeah.
we
So
we can
going
answer
back,
it again.
yeah, you can give me more credit. Well, like I said, it definitely has been very helpful to have someone so supportive, and I think the fact that he used to work for a supplement company also helped. Um, Obviously, he doesn't know everything there is to know, but the fact that he knew, nobody knows everything. Don't look at me like that. The fact that he knew who to connect me with, or just little things that he's like, well, when I used to work there, this, or that. Or sometimes he'll, follow certain people. He'll be like, oh, so and so is doing it like this, or so and so gave this advice. And he, and I think he's there, he's supportive. And then he also provides a lot of advice. And whenever I have an idea and I'm not sure about it, or I have to make a big decision and I'm not sure which option or which choice to make, I talk it out with him, and usually we're usually able to come to the
Like,
right choice, the right decision.
yeah, so far we've been pretty good. I think it's just 2 heads are better than 1 in some
Mhm.
situations.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to hear my advice, and it might not be the best advice, but you need to hear that just be like, "No, that's not what I wanna do," so it clears it up for you.
Mhm.
Because 'Cause I'm not always right. I mean,
Yeah, sometimes he'll say something and I'm like, "No," but then it'll like spark something else and I'm like, "But this
yeah,
or that." So definitely very, very helpful. So it's your proudest moment as a business owner.
I think how you said earlier.
Yeah. And I keep going back to it, and it's
Yeah. Eh
and
Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say it really is that, just the feedback of people telling me that my product is helping them, because that's why I started the business, because I wanted to help people, because I wanted to be a positive, like bring something good to them. I don't want to be that person that's selling a fat burner and, it's messing you up, but I'm like, oh, it's going to make you look great, or making empty promises, or selling you like some tea that's supposed to make you lose weight. I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be that person who brought you something that actually worked and was actually good for you. And the fact that so whenever I get back those comments or that feedback, it's very, very rewarding.
Yeah, I think, you've kind of stood by that too because we know some options or, other people will do it just to make that quick buck.
Mm-hmm.
You can make there's other things you could have done for a quick turnaround, even with the supplements. But you stayed true to it. Like you said, the pre-workout, you're doing it, but it's providing that healthy option for it. It's not because, oh, you're money hungry or this and that.
Mhm.
You're doing the people a service.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who suggested things like, "Oh, why don't you do a fat burner? Why don't you do a detox? Why don't you do, so and so is promoting it and it's going really good for her." And I'm like, "Well, because I don't stand by that, because I don't believe in those things. So I'm not gonna sell them to you. You can go get them somewhere else, but I'm not gonna sell them to you." And I think just standing by my what I believe in is very important to me. And it's also, I know it's gonna make me grow slower maybe, but I'm going to develop a credible, how would you say? Like I'm gonna have that credibility with my customers. Like they know that what I bring to them is gonna be good for their health. And if it's not something that I'm like, oh yes, 100% good for you, I'm gonna put a black label on it, like the pre-workout, and I'm gonna be like, here you go. This is what you asked for. I try to make it as clean as I could, but it's up to you. Just be careful with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just providing a healthier option.
Hmm. Okay, next question. Do you feel it's hard to be a female entrepreneur? I think we live in a world where a lot of females are entrepreneurs now, so it's something that's very common nowadays. But I think the main thing is when someone reaches out to you and you don't know if they legit want to work with you or if they're just kind of trying to hit on you. But that goes with other things that I've done in the past. I used to model, I used to do fitness, I used to do beauty pageants. And sometimes people will reach out and have other intentions. So that's something that you just have to be careful with. But other than that, I don't like I've said before, I have a huge support system, so it hasn't really been a problem me being a female.
Yeah, I think the only thing, I mean, you said is when people reach out, we're like, do they want to reach out because they're trying to talk to you, get to know you, or do they reach out because they want to work with the business and see what the business side of it is? I mean, I think that's me as a boyfriend, just you're always gonna have that little protectiveness to be like, what do I got want?
Mhm.
Or you message.
Yeah, but yeah, even before I started dating him, it's something that I always had to be careful of because sometimes, they're like, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to work together and that. And, they just promise you all these things. And you're like, okay, well, let's meet up. And you meet up with them and you're like, this person has other intentions. So, yeah. And I love that now that we are dating, I'm able to bring him with me to a lot of business meetings or sometimes where I'm like, I don't know this guy that well. So why don't you come with me just in case? And then that way, they know. It's like it better be business that you want to talk about.
So if y'all are listening, it's business related or don't message. Simple.
Yeah, but other than that, it's not bad. The next one is how long did it take to start your business? I think we answered this one
Yeah, like
already.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Describe BCN in 3 words. So I guess I would say health. Um, what else? I went blank on this one.
Yeah, there's
I-
a lot of words, but for
yeah,
it to just make sense, it's healthy, it's natural,
natural.
and it's for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. It really is for everyone. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's purple. It must be for women." It's not. Or collagen is for women. It's not. We all have protein in our body. We all need collagen. Men too.
Yeah, I'll touch on that. I didn't know much about collagen before, but I wish I would have known about collagen since I was first started working out. I started with football. I took the unhealthy route, like 99% of the guys, whether they'll admit it or not. We were in football. You're trying to be the strongest on the field, the fastest on the field, powerlifting. We all jumped on that pro hormone wagon, and we all started getting really strong really fast, which is, it's great. You feel like Superman, but you're not Superman. Your muscles are getting stronger, but at such a rapid pace that your ligaments and your tendons are not able to keep up. So you hear about so many people having pec tears, bicep tear, this and that. Well, we're probably lifting wrong, if I'm being honest. We lifted wrong a lot of times, and then we were taking all that. But collagen will actually help. I'm not gonna say it's gonna stop it because it's gonna come down if your form's right and all that. It's a lot of variables, but it would have helped me prevent it. It's a good preventative action. If you never had it, It's a good preventative, and if you've had injuries like that, it's a good supplement to help you come back because it does do your tensile strength. It is gonna help with all your joints, and it's gonna help with your recovery as well. And it's 20 grams of protein. We could all use more protein in it. So every guy can take it. It's not lip fillers like we all hear about,
Mm.
stuff like that. Yeah, and let's be honest, if you're in the gym, you're going there because you wanna look better. Even if you're not, everybody wants to look better. Nobody wants to look old. Nobody wants to not feel themselves. If you're not feeling yourself, you're having a bad day. So if you can get some biotin, some hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, and some protein in the same thing, and you're gonna feel better waking up, I mean, why not? Why would you not do that?
Mhm. Yeah. Is there anything else that we need to add?
Yeah, buy all of them. We have them in stock. Buy everything. Stay tuned for the pre-workout party. That'll be something something fun.
Yeah. We'll be announcing it once we have more details on that. But yeah, if you want to look for us, we're on social media at BCN Supplements. If you want to go to our website and purchase one of our products, it's www.bcnsubs.com. And if you need to email me, if you would like to work with us, it's info@bcnsubs.com or my email, brianda@bcnsubs.com. And we also have some leggings on there that I just kind of just threw it in there because I was like, well, if they're buying supplements, I probably go to the gym, and that's also an option. It's not a brand. I didn't want to start like a clothing brand, but just wanted to kind of have that option on there as well. But the supplements is a big thing. Is the supplements is the brand. Am I forgetting anything?
No, just if you email, it's about business, like we said.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Silly.
playing.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that's it. Just thank you for listening. Finally shared my story.
It's a good story.
Yeah, I think so. And maybe some people will be able to relate, and hopefully it helped anyone who had questions about starting their own business. Maybe they're scared to start. Just do it. Really, as cliche as it sounds, do it with whatever you have. Uh, a lot of people start. Not everyone starts. How do you say it? Like you have to start somewhere.
Yeah,
Is what I'm
everybody.
trying to say.
Well, Amazon and was started in a garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, look where
And
it's
look
at
at them
now.
now. Yeah. So just start. Don't wait to have the perfect equipment. Don't wait to have the perfect. You'll be able to purchase that as you're making money and as time goes. But don't wanna don't wait to have everything perfect. Just start and you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Just start,
Yeah.
and if you have a support system,
That's very important.
that support system,
Mhm.
be supportive.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a discount code for listening
Ooh.
today. You can use BUILT BUILT for 10% off your next purchase. And yeah, stay healthy. If you like this podcast, share it. Maybe it will be of help to someone you know. And if you don't want to miss any of our podcasts, follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel. Built from the Inside Out wants to give you a 10% discount on your next supplement purchase at www.bcnsubs.com. Just use code BUILT at checkout. Thank you so much for listening.